Jack says, a lot of F1 fans are upset with the new calendar because they believe it favors Red Bull. For example, there is a doubleheader in Austria, which is one of Red Bull's best tracks. Do you think the new calendar favors Red Bull? If it does, do you think Max Verstappen has a chance at the Drivers' Championship? And also, do you think that people will put an asterisk on this championship because of the short calendar and new format? I'll be honest, Red Bull did not seem to be favored today. They had 2 DNFs. They didn't, I mean, they clearly know the track well. They were at the front in podium positioning. But I don't think that it really heavily favors Red Bull. You got to realize, F1, Formula 1 had to organize events. And my ex-girlfriend was in event planning. Organizing an event, a sporting event or a basketball game, a racing event, whatever it is. Organizing an event is a massive undertaking. You need permission. You need to rent a site. There's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes that nobody thinks about. And having 2 races in Austria was smart. Logistically, it's so hard to find a location. And it's cheap for teams because you don't have to move everything. To have a race for 2 weeks in the same place, everything's there. It lowers your cost of moving everything. Teams have an easier time. Now, does Max have a shot to win the championship? First of all, again, I don't think that everything was biased towards Red Bull. Now, I love Max Verstappen. Again, if I had to pick a favorite team in Formula 1, it would probably be Red Bull. Again, I don't, but I love Christian Horner. I like Max. I think he's really talented. Does Max have a shot to win a championship? No. No, he doesn't. I wish he did. I like him. But Mercedes, after only one race, Mercedes appears to be very, very dominant. And for Max or anybody else to win, Mercedes would have to massively screw up. Now, will there be an asterisk? I'm sure somebody will. I don't care. But I'm sure somebody's going to say, well, they won in 2020 because it was a weird season and there was coronavirus. And I'll be honest. First of all, no one should ever cheapen winning because winning is not easy. Even if a team wins with a blowout, it's not easy. Winning takes a lot of preparation, logistics, a team. You should never, ever cheapen winning. I hate when people do that. But number 2, isn't it maybe more impressive if you win during a global pandemic, during a crazy time where nothing's certain and everything's kind of on the fly? You can put an asterisk, next to winning a championship in 2020, but maybe you go the other way where you say, okay, it's maybe a shortened year and a weird circumstance, but maybe the weird circumstance is why it's impressive. Whoever wins the championship, whatever constructor, whatever racer wins, they found a way to thrive in spite of the adversity all over the world. That's impressive to me. Don't ever cheapen winning. I hate when people do that. People do it all the time. And it's like, you can't diminish winning. It's so hard to win. It's so hard to succeed and make it. When people say you got lucky or this or that, shut up. You know how much work goes into being successful? It takes a ton. And so I just don't believe in putting an asterisk next to winning this year.